All right, everyone, Steve at Martin's Custom Baits. So we're getting ready to hit the water. Gonna take a covert football jig and a couple different trailers, couple different setups with these. I wanted to give a little breakdown of what I really like to use in these and why. So we've got the Gobi green color. This is my absolute favorite color in this whole lineup. Catch fish everywhere on that color. We got some 2.8 swim baits that'll go along with it. And then I've got the green pumpkin scale. This is a great color for like a natural crawfish presentation. And some 2-inch tiny pocket chunks. These are a great trailer for these little football jigs. So one of the things I really like to do with rigging the Gobi green color is I'll just hem up the skirt a very small amount, maybe like a 1/4 inch off of it. I don't get too fancy with this because I'm going to be moving this on the bottom a lot more because of that paddle tail. But one of the key tricks here was taking this little swim bait. I always nip the nose off right about there just to get the sizing done, but excuse me, to get the sizing correctly. But another key feature with that, I really like a natural looking color like this here, is I always go paddle tail up, and you'll see what I mean here in a second. But I usually like to rig these with the paddle facing upward on this particular style, because you'll get a lot more kick out of that when that's dragging across the bottom. That little paddle tail won't be just stuck digging down into the bottom. It'll kind of be up more, and it gives you some nice color contrast having that white on the top as well. Not to say that the other way is wrong, but this is just the way I prefer to do it. So that's how I rigged that Gobi green color. This is a great fish catcher right here, especially up north on those northern lakes for smallmouth. They destroy that color. And then secondly, going into this green pumpkin scale, this is a great color just about anywhere as well. Very natural, simple color. But one thing I really like to do, especially when I'm using a craw style trailer on here and I'm going to keep the profile of this jig really small, is I'll flip this jig upside down. I'm going to make sure I have all of my skirt material facing downward, kind of get it all collected in my hand, and then I will trim it that way. I'll trim it upside down. All right, and you'll see why here in a moment. But now you'll see how you have your skirt layers are broken up a little bit more, and it gives you a little different look. Not everything's square cut across the bottom. It's kind of nice and you know, fanned out, and it's got some different look there to it. So I really like to do that with my cross style trailers, and you could trim it up even more if you want, but because I'm going so small with this one, that's really what I like to do. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this tiny pocket chunk on there. I like to thread this up. I don't hook it on like a chunk because I'm keeping this really tight together. And there you have it. So that's how I'll run my craw, my trailer on there, and that's a perfect size. I mean, this whole thing is probably 2.5, 2 3/4 inches long overall. It's a great compact setup. This is the 9/16 size. So check them out on our website, these covert football jigs. We've got a great color selection, and you've got a couple options with how to fish them. You can get creative as you want, but for a northern fishery, these football jigs here are absolutely deadly. You will catch a lot of fish on them. Great, super strong hook in here. It's a Gamakatsu 60-degree hook. Nice heavy wire on this. Not too heavy though. Super sharp point. And that little head design there is just money. It blends right into the bottom nicely. You've got your head sizes on here, and this little finesse weed guard just to give you a little something to block you from the grass. And yeah, check them out. You're going to catch a lot of fish on these. Awesome. Hope you all enjoy.